I took a road trip once with my dad. Well, you know what happened. But back to this road trip. It was, I must admit, one of the best things that I've ever done. It took quite a bit of work to convince my mom, because she doesn't really like my dad. She doesn't really get my dad. See, Dad is a world-famous writer, and he's really, really good at what he does. My dad scared the crap out of her, probably because he was so creative. But as he once said, there's no place I won't let my mind go, but there are many, many places I won't let my mind dwell. I think what he meant was, you can't shut off the flow of thought. Thoughts come, thoughts go, thoughts pop into your head, thoughts pop out of your head. It's like this endless radio, and someone's just spinning the dial. And you can't beat yourself up about what comes on the radio. But you can beat yourself up about what station you leave it on. I write like my dad does. Pen to paper. Yeah, there's some people who can type, and it would save a step, no question. Of course, the downfall is you might screw up and write too fast and not be able to read your own handwriting. Kind of sounds ridiculous, but it's happened to me many times. More times than I care to admit. But oh, when it flows through your hand, it's like the blood in your veins streams the blue of ink and flows onto that clean white paper. The stuff that comes out is just incredible. And it has an organic flow to it that just doesn't seem to happen when you type. But again, that's just for me. I think it was Stephen King who once said that he doesn't really invent anything. He just goes to places where these things already exist and brings them back. Which kind of makes sense when you're talking about an infinite universe. I mean, why not? The other thing that I learned from my dad was to write in the gaps. To leave enough space between the lines for the reader to make up stuff in his own mind. Kind of like a comic book, where the closure, the stuff that happens in your mind, from panel to panel, is different for each reader. So when you write, you don't want to shine a light on everything. You want to have a lot of shadow and mystery that allows people to explore. It's the spaces that make the music resonate. And it's the same thing with writing. It's the things best left unsaid that add that undefinable je ne sais quoi. After all, the measure of a book is not how much you like it the first time you read it. It's how many times can you reread it. To write well, my dad always said, you need a lot of sources. Those can come from life experience, but also you need to read a lot. You need to embed prose into your art, and the only way to do it is by reading. And reading lots of different things. Comic books, fiction, biographies, science fiction, socialism, even books about money in the stock market, but not too many of those. And romance novels. I'm just kidding. I am not a fan of romance novels. The one I picked up took me a year to finish, even though it was only 50,000 words. It was the easiest book I ever put down. In fact, I must have read about 30 books over the course of finishing just that one book. And I still can't remember anything that happened in it. But that's just me. Even though I am something of a hopeless romantic. doesn't mean I like to read about romance. Ick. My biggest breakthrough as a young mind, if you could call it that, came when I went to the bookstore, because no one ever asks what a kid's doing at the bookstore, and went to the fiction section, because again, no one ever asks what the kid's doing in the fiction section, even though you're reading stuff that is way beyond your years, and purchased all my dad's books. Boy, oh boy, it was like an atom bomb went off in my mind. A lot of the stuff I didn't understand, the adult stuff, if you know what I mean. Took a while to parse that, and a bit of internet research, but when I did, wow. It's not that he was ever graphic, it's just that he really knew how to write in the gaps. And that driver of his characters made his work resonate in a way very, very few other books have ever done for me. My love for my father is boundless, both as a man and as an artist. And my greatest regret was that I didn't get to grow with him after he stopped drinking. Things were going so well until that concert. But you know what happened. The immensity of that alien presence taking me over and causing... I can't even think about it. Maybe it's better things went the way they did. I'm Floria Falcone, and my story starts in Hands of the Maker, available now at swindaniels.com.